Buena gente, estamos aquí en un nuevo video, estamos aquí en The Silent Age y vamos a ver qué nos depara. En el anterior capítulo estuvimos, bueno, poniendo un foco, así todo tranqui, poniendo un foco y dando a Nemo como ofrenda a un cocodrilo, me encanta. Está funcionando, ¿no? Porque al menos está iluminando esto. Es la primera vez que veo algo así, parece que es un campana de buceo. ¡Uy! ¡Está funcionando! A ver... ¡Hostia! Esto es en el futuro. Antes estábamos en el pasado, pero ahora estamos en el future. Un bidón de aceite. He quitado la tapa, está llena de aceite. Bueno, eso esperabas. Recogiendo. No puedo llevarme nada. ¿Y esto? Vaya, eso es algo fuera de lo normal. Por lo que dicen esos planos, esto fuera de la primera versión de la máquina del tiempo del hambre. Aunque parece que totalmente abandonada. A ver, vamos a comprobarlo. Hmm, no hay nada acá. A ver, está extintor. No hay nada por acá. Y por acá. Aquí suficiente comida como para sobrevivir un mes entero. Curioso, ante todo. Hmm. Eso no estaba antes. ¿Verdad, no? No estaba antes. Y no puedo subir para acá. Ahora tiene un cerrojo. ¿Y si volvió esto? ¿Y esto de acá? A ver, subamos. A ver. Hostia. Una rama. Con esto, mucha gente se divierte. Le encanta la... No sé por qué hay una obsesión de la gente que le encanta picar cosas con una rama. Pero bueno. O viendo los gustos raros de la gente. Acá hay un barril. Parece que es una especie de sistema de recogida de agua. Es un barril vacío. A ver, a ver, a ver. Un hacha. Un rato. El hacha me puede ayudar para abrir el coso. ¿Qué dicen? Hay una hacha, pero no llego desde aquí. La rama. Yo qué sé, con el extintor. Pero no llego a él. Las vidas son resistentes. ¿No puedo irme de acá? Lo he dejado, la he dejado bonita. ¿Necesito algo externo o necesito otra cosa? Me sigue perturbando de que hay una marca de un arma ahí. Porque siento que tarde o temprano me van a dar un escopetazo. Pero bueno, vamos a ignorar que esto es Call of Duty. Me van a dar un tiro en toda la sien. Tengo una rama. ¿Qué hago con la rama? Que no sé qué hacer con la rama. Toma ya. A ver. En esto. No consigo que funcione. Y esto. No puedo darle otro uso a esto. Entonces, ¿qué? Le doy con la rama. Tendré artritis, pero cuando haya conseguido abrir la puerta con esta ramita. A ver, es que me estoy quedando sin opciones. A ver, ¿qué puedo hacer? Tal vez... Exacto, 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 exacto. ¿Ahora qué? ¿Ahora qué prosigue? A ver, es una ramita con aceitosa. la quemo la rama, o sea, la prendo fuego, la chamusco y quemo lo de allá. Para, bueno, ya sabes, conseguir el hacha. Vamos por acá. No, por acá. Entonces vamos a abrir. Bueno, vamos a acercarnos más por acá. Acércate. Por acá. Y activamos esto. Vamos. Ahora sí, ¿no? Bien. Uy. ¿Y ahora qué, cerebrito? Obviamente el extintor. Esto no tiene agua, necesito rellenarlo antes de iniciar el... Hostia. Busca agua. Tengo que rellenarlo con agua. Espérate. Vamos para acá. Nos acercamos para acá. Lo activamos y lo apagamos. Qué belleza. Ahora sí, nos podemos ir. Nos vamos a romper una puerta porque así lo quiero yo. Vámonos. Y otra vez conseguimos talar. ¡Es Johnny! A toda por saco. Yo otro Nemo. ¡No! Acá estaba Nemo. Este es el verdadero Nemo. Hemos matado a... Hemos dado de comer al padre de Nemo. ¡No! Bueno, aquí hay un par de libretas. 11 de marzo de 1971. He preparado un diario de documentar mi progreso en caso de que me ocurra algo. Alguien que necesite continuar mi trabajo. Se lo ha pasado un mes desde aquí en que dejó Archon, por poco de lo oído, pero parece que sigue avanzando con las pruebas de viajes desde el tiempo, a pesar de que todos los percances son todos unos necios. Curioso ante todo, esto, está cuidando bien este pez. A ver, tiene que andar por aquí cerca. Veo una cama. No hay nada acá en la cama. Esta cama está dura como piedra. Eso no puede ser bueno para un tipo de su edad. Una lámpara de lava. Anda, que no me gusta. Mmm. La enchufamos por acá. Qué belleza. Hay una botellita. ¿Qué es esto? Botella de vino extraña. ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más podemos sacar de acá? ¿Y esto de acá? ¿Sigue la misma información? 18 de julio de 1972. Esta semana no había progreso. Han pasado 2 fríos meses desde que aquel imbécil destrozó la puerta de mi dormitorio y anoche casi me agredé unos... Joder, me gustaría ver cómo se la arregla para atravesarlas ahora. Aún así debo admitir que le he dado una vuelta de tuerca a la expresión. A prueba de idiotas. Está buena, Pues sí, estoy haciendo un desmadre con su casa. Estoy haciendo un desmadre en su casa. Supongo que tengo que ponerlo acá, ¿no? O sea, este es el único lugar que quedaba. A ver... ¡Hostia, ya sabía!
Stop right there.
Whoa, whoa, wait. Mr. Lambert, sir, it's me, Joe.
I don't know you. What are you doing in my house?
You sent me here, remember?
I've done no such thing. For an intruder, you're not very bright, you know that? For all the commotion you caused getting in here, you might as well have brought a bulldozer. Now, you have exactly 5 seconds to explain what you're doing here. Or so help me God, I'm pulling this trigger and sending you on your way. 5.
Oh.
I was sent here.
Oh.
4.
By you.
3.
Usted.
You told me to find you, to warn you about the end of the world.
2.
Oh, Dios mío.
You were old, with white hair, and you got shot. Oh, God, please don't shoot me, Mr. Lambert. You gave me this. It's an chrono. It's a time machine.
Oh Dios, me lo quitaron de mi inventario.
I gave you that?
Yes!
I've never seen anything like it. But on the back, that's my family's signet. I made this. It's simply magnificent.
Bueno, mi teoría de que yo era ese
I
tipo,
gave this
pues
to
se ha ido
you?
a la ruina.
Why?
Entonces,
Who are you?
la pregunta es esto.
Name's Joe,
¿Qué?
sir. I'm just a janitor at the Archon building. I found you in a room with a big round door in the basement labs this morning, and you were dying. You said you'd come from 40 years in the future to
Curioso, curioso entre
stop
todo.
the end of the world.
Pues mi teoría,
I guess I was
mi
the only
teoría
one
de,
around, so you gave me this and told me to find you and
mi
tell you
teoría
all
de que yo
this.
realmente era el viejo ese
I've
que
been
vino en el
there.
futuro,
The future, I mean.
pues
A bunch of
fue
times.
todo un engaño.
You were
Pero
right, Mr.
aparentemente
Lambert.
estuve mal.
Everyone's gone.
Aún sigo pensando de quién chuche es este.
God, so it did come to pass. They really did it, those greedy goddamn bastards. I told them this would happen. Wait, I was dying? How?
You said you've been shot. I had to actually find you at the morgue to get this address.
Shot? By whom? No, wait. Don't say anything else. You succeeded in finding me, which means anything you tell me from this point on could alter the course of action that brought you to my doorstep. The less I know, the better. So, you've seen the future. What did you see?
It's like a bad dream, sir. Everyone's gone. Buildings are coming apart. It's all just quiet. What happened, Mr. Lambert?
It is Doctor.
¿Ves?
Doctor
Silencio.
Lambert.
¿Ves? De Silent Age.
Considering all the effort you just went through to find me, not to mention bearing witness to the
Muy
horrific
interesante
outcome of the
la,
biggest breakthrough in the
la
history of
conversación.
science,
Perdón si no hablo
I
mucho. Pero
suppose I
está
owe
muy
you some
interesante.
kind of explanation.
Perdón si no estoy hablando mucho cuando están hablando estos, porque es muy interesante lo que están. ¡Uy, un gato!
I was
¡No!
24 when I
Tenía
got
24
hired by Archon, or Athena as it was called back then. Athena was one of the many weapons R&D companies formed during the Second World War. Unlike other R&D companies that had retooled themselves to pursue peacetime activities after the war, Athena had made enough money to continue chasing the next big thing in defense technologies. They were betting the farm on post-war Soviet expansion, raising the level of government paranoia to create a lucrative market for esoteric weapons research. I'd say they made the right bet. Still a theoretical physicist at MIT, my thesis on the possibility of time travel via dimensional membranes got published shortly after I was hired in 1961. Company heads were so impressed, they gave me a team and a budget. Development exceeded even my own expectations, and after only 6 years, we had the first primitive version of the time machine up and running. Our first successful trials involved sending simple objects into the future with a timed return. But with Archon running out of money, that was all the company bigwigs needed to secure a big fat contract with the Department of Defense. Apparently, we had sold them on the idea that the technology could be used to go back in time and strangle communism in its cradle. The reality, of course, was that it couldn't. Due to the laws of causality, you can't travel back in time beyond the point where time travel was invented. And sooner or later, we had to explain that to our benefactors. When they started pushing for progress reports, Archon management had to come clean, but instead chose to ease government concerns by claiming the technology could be used to bring back advanced weapons from the future. But this, too, was a lie.
Hostia.
At this point, we'd already had our first of many human trials, and we knew there would be no weapons. In fact, Our results were as terrifying as they were baffling. Time pilots returned frenzied and confused, raving about empty streets and human remains. At first, we assumed the city had suffered a Soviet attack in the near future and had been evacuated as a result. But as we pushed on further, the terrible reality became clear. Time pilots started returning fatally ill, dying within a day or two from painful convulsions. Some never returned. We lost several pilots, machine prototypes, and other equipment. When the first contamination erupted in the lab, we were completely unprepared, losing 3 lab technicians to what we later identified as an incredibly aggressive airborne virus.
Hostia. Ah. Interesante. Perdón si se escucha un teléfono, pero es mío. Lo tengo muy helado por si me llaman o cualquier cosa. Pero...
Although we weren't equipped to handle biohazards of this magnitude, management insisted we contain and study it. To keep our pilots and the virus alive long enough to study, we co-opted experimental cryotechnology from another project, Lazarus, and established a makeshift virus lab. Once again, the bigwigs managed to spin our setbacks into a success story for the Department of Defense, now claiming that the virus could be cultivated for use as a biological weapon. The team threatened to resign, but outrage was swiftly quenched by promises of massive salary increases and stock options. I didn't take the bribe. I'd witnessed the lethal efficiency of the virus firsthand. I knew there was only one way this was going to end, so I handed in my resignation and set up shop out here.
Un año.
For over a year, I've been working to recreate the technology to bring me back in time and prevent mankind's extinction from ever happening. And now you're here, the harbinger of doom at my doorstep, wearing a boiler suit. Who could have imagined that Judgment Day would begin like any other Monday in May? In any case, unfathomable as it may be that you were able to bring this information to me, knowing is only half the battle. Preventing the outbreak will require more than just your tenacity.
Me? Wait, what?
¿Cómo que mi tenacidad?
Yes,
Tenacidad.
I'm afraid I must rely on you one more time. You must go back to Archon and prevent the outbreak.
Quitar el brote en Archon.
No, that's, I mean, I'm really honored and everything, but...
Believe me, you're the last person in the world I want to entrust with this, and I mean that quite literally. But by this time tomorrow, the entire city will have succumbed to chaos, panic, and death. You're here now, and you're all I've got.
Wait, but what about you? Can't you fix this, Doc? Don't you have a plan?
I can't go myself, because that would break the law of causality. The only reason you are here to warn me now is because I was there to send you. And the only reason I was there to send you is because I was able to bring my work to fruition here.
But...
We've no time to waste. It's the only way. You told me you found me this morning, correct?
Yes, but...
That means I failed to stop it, and the outbreak has already begun. The time pilot for today's trials must have brought the virus back from the future, which then somehow got out of the containment chamber and spread. That pilot is Patient Zero. I need you to destroy the supercomputer system controlling the time machine. All the research data is stored there too. You must destroy it before the time machine departs.
¿Cómo?
I'm reconfiguring your device to send you back 1 day earlier. This should allow you ample time to return to Archon and get inside. On the other shore from here, about 500 yards down the road, is a rest stop. You'll find a van there, fueled and ready to go.
Oh, I already have a ride.
Which won't be there yesterday, you ninny. Now stop interrupting me. One last thing, and I need you to listen carefully because this is very, very important. Make sure you do not meet
Que no me
the earlier
cruce
version
con
of
mi
you.
otro tú. O sea,
Why?
que no me cruce con mi
What will
propio
happen?
yo.
No one knows for sure.
Nadie lo sabe con seguridad.
It's
Eso es
one of the conundrums not yet accounted for. There are theories, of course. None of them pleasant.
Pues sí.
Now, let's get you ready.
What? La conversación fue tan larga que duró 20 minutos. Espérenme. Ya. Espérenme. Antes de seguir. ¿Qué pasó? Fuera de action. Bueno, antes de ir con el segundo. Bueno, con el octavo capítulo. Voy a cortar acá. Ya es demasiado largo. 20 minutos. O sea, se alargó un montón con la charla esa. Dios mío.